Hey guys, RJ from TeleTalks here. I just want to do a quick video on something that was super inspiring to me. A feature on the HX Stomp. It's also on the Helix and the Helix LT. But basically using the 3-note generator to add like a pad sound to your guitar playing, essentially. So let's go ahead and check that out. And here's the track. So, what you just heard was basically 3 tracks that I composed using the HX Stomp. 2 guitar parts plus the pad synth. And then the drums are just, a drum machine that I added in for, just for fun. So the first one is, the first thing that I laid down, I should say, is my sequence for the pad synth. Basically, because the HX Stomp only has 3 buttons, I only did 3 chords essentially, which, for me, as a guy who comes from a punk background, that's all you really need. Now, if you guys have a full-on Helix or Helix LT, you have a much more wider palette to work with when constructing your chords and even signal paths. With this track, I don't think I could do it live because of all the blocks that I'm using for the pad synth, unless I routed my guitar completely out of the chain of the HX Stomp and used a different rig, essentially, for that specific track. On the 2 guitar tracks, I have one track basically that's just, I set an auto swell using a delay swell, setting the Adriatic delay swell. And so basically, that just kind of adds more ambience to the track itself. The amp I'm using is the Jazz Chorus model, or the Jazz Rivet, I believe it's called. For the other track is my go-to clean sound for basically everything, which is an AC30 kind of model. And with a compressor, all that fun stuff. Subtle delay, just something jangly and super sparkly. Just because not only the drums have enough low end on this specific track, but the actual synth pad itself is pretty meaty. It's got a lot of mids, lower mids. So I just need some way on top, on both guitars, to kind of give it a little bit of contrast. The HX Stomp doesn't cease to amaze me. I mean, it has so many cool features, and I love how inspiring it is. As soon as I found out that you could do like a pad sound, like a pad like synth sound, I knew I had to cover it. I knew I had to do something with it. And honestly, it's honestly, the HX Stomp is one of the coolest writing tools I have in my arsenal. It is super inspiring. The sounds are endless. And, it took a little while to get all the pad sounds and kind of had to do a little bit of, theory in my head, if you will. But it turned out, I think, pretty cool for just a little cool track. That could easily be turned into a full song, and I hope to do that actually. But more importantly, like, it's just been really, really fun to use this thing. Not just for guitar, obviously, but to do synth sounds and just as an effects processor in general. I'm actually flirting with the idea of actually doing a whole song, but using the HX Stomp as basically an effects processor for not just guitar, bass, but just everything, and see how it sounds. I'm very curious, just kind of run like an effects out through like a mixer into it and then back and just see what I can do with it. If you guys are interested in that, comment down below, and we'll, if we get a lot of thumbs up and a lot of likes and a lot of comments, we'll definitely do that. But again, very, very cool. Tell me what else you guys want to see that's not necessarily the normal thing to do with the HX Stomp. I'd love to hear it. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. As always, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the little bell, so you get notifications when we upload. Be sure to also follow us on TeleTalks on Instagram. And thank you so much again for watching, and see you guys next week.